Hello and welcome back to StarTropics. We have just, sunk Captain Bell's ship to open the strait, and now we can continue on in our quest for Uncle Jay. Reunion. Subsea is searching for Dr. Jones's location. Will Navcom catch his signal in time? Let's find out. I don't know what the in time is for. We haven't really heard anything about there being a time limit. Alright, so there's kind of a long sailing section here. I think probably what I'll do is try to show off most of the key things, but maybe I'll just do another little fake aside to show off all the things, the pathways we're not going to follow. But first, let's go to this town. And we will find... I'm the oldest one of all in the islands. 199 years, but young at heart. Here's a secret. Try looking for a big heart on an isle around here. I think we heard in the previous village that the second oldest was like 128, so I guess there's a rather wide difference. Let's see what this guy has to say. Welcome to How Do You Do, Akola? Boy, I'm a game master. Name, pose, poem. And a series of blanks. Are you a game master? Now, unfortunately, I believe the way that you see this is if you get to once you've completed a chapter and you're on the home screen, you can go back and replay it. And either after you beat this chapter or after you beat the game, I think you're able to come back here and there's more to that. I believe that's what happens, although I've never actually seen it myself. However, there is no way to soft reset in this game, at least as far as I know. So the only way to do it would be to get to the home screen when you power it on. However, I can't do that because it's just a save state and there's no actual way to get back there. So unfortunately, I can't figure out the rest of that little mystery. Anyway, I'm the third oldest in all the islands, 177 years. Well, now this is not making any sense with the person who said they were the second oldest. What does this person have to say? I'm the second oldest in all the islands, 188 years. You say you've already met the second oldest? You must be mistaken. You must have bananas in your ears. Oh, the bananas. And boy, I may have seen the same boat as yours about a month ago. Dr. PJ's, DJ, Dr. Whatchamacall was sailing your boat, searching for a lost whatchamacallit, you know? I don't know. That wasn't very helpful at all. Anyway, let's carry on. Now, we're going to get a little message from Navcom. Alert, alert, alert. Signal detected. Dr. J's location is north 49, east 28. Subsea is ready to launch. So basically, in this chapter, every time that we get into Subsea, he'll tell us how far we are from the tracker that our uncle has set. Alright, let's continue on here, come up this way, and we can see that set of stairs down there. We can't get directly to it, and we don't really need to go to that one, although we heard there was a heart around. Perhaps we should try and find it. Let's head down there. And see what's inside. Is it a heart? No, it's an apple. You've got a big apple. That's nice. It's delicious, but nothing happens. Yeah, nothing happens from that. It's just a fun little, I don't know, not quite Easter egg, I suppose, but joke, which I appreciate. Yeah, the messages from Navcom do not get more useful, at least as far as I'm concerned. So, I want to show kind of everything, and probably what I'll do instead of wasting time is maybe I'll just show this one, which brings it up to nowhere. But I think what I'll do is once we get just a little bit further, I'll do another little pause and clip in a piece just kind of showing through the map. But first, let's head down to this island, head inside, and now we do find a big heart. Didn't really seem like it was all that necessary to have the old lady tell us to look for it since it was right there in the open, but that's alright. Alright, let's carry on. Another meaningless message from Navcom. Signal detected. And that is basically the number of squares away. So he's 53 squares to the east and 13 squares north. But in reality, it doesn't help very much because this is all kind of a maze of winding pathways. So knowing how far away you are at this point isn't a benefit. We're going to pop into this one little house here. Little joke reference. Who was this? Initials RC. Maybe Rob Caruso-Cola? So, unless I'm very much mistaken, a reference to Robinson Crusoe. Now, yes. Go away. Alright, so I think we will come through. Where is it? Right here? Here? There it is. Alright, I'll do a little pause right now. Alright, so we have our brief little interlude here to read across the map and just kind of get a full overview of where everything is and where we're going to be traveling. So you can see where we start off down at the bottom there, where we have the kind of hidden path through the landmass. Then we stop at our first town there, and from there head up kind of northwest, I guess, yeah, northwest to where we kind of loop around right here and have really our first kind of waterfall dive transport sections. There is the one that goes up to nowhere that I think I do show. The one that goes down south to where the apple is that you don't need to do, but it's kind of fun. So we'll show that there. And then finally you go across to where that big heart is. From there, we head over to Robinson Crusoe rather. And then that's where kind of some of the actual divergence happens. So we'll twist down right here through this pathway and come to where the 5 kind of whirlpools are, 4 of which just connect with each other. But this one right here, the second one in, brings us over to this water section where there's a few different directions we can go. Now, the way you don't really want to go is up or around right here where these 2 whirlpools are. They'll bring you into this section of water with the island in the middle here that, there's nothing there. So where you want to go is right here, down following this arrow. You can go in the first one and it brings you over to the useless set of water to the left there, but if you go to the second one, the one that's lower down, it'll bring you down to this little water area where you see this arrow. That arrow is pointing to a port you can go to where there's just a meaningless set of stairs to an empty room. But where you actually want to go is just north of that to that whirlpool that brings you far all the way to the north, where we ultimately get to the path we're going to follow to find our uncle, Dr. Steve. So let's continue from there. Okay, we're back. So hopefully I just showed you all the false pathways, and now I'll show you the actual pathway you want to follow. So you go to the second little set of waves there, second dive spot, then the lower one right here, and then just right over here. You saw the other pathways that you can follow, and it's just a waste of time, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of trickery. Now this is how you know you're in the right area, because he'll just start sending off signals that you're getting close, and he'll do it every now and then. I forget exactly how often. I think the next one is when we're like 3 away, maybe. Should be pathway right here. Or maybe 15? 11, all right. So 5 north and 6 to the east. So go over and then up. 2 north, 1 east. 1 north, we go here. Signal is stopped, so we dive down. We get this little undersea area that's kind of cute. And head into this tunnel. Exactly what happens to our ship, I'm not really sure, but we head through this little tunnel that we walk down this slowly darkening path and come out the other side in some type of ruins. I say we just dive into the actual dungeon here. Alright, let's proceed. So, we have a little snake room here. Easy enough to take care of them. You don't really need to. You can just walk right past them and keep going up. But I don't mind. Now we have a new item here. This little halo thing that is an anklet, I believe, that allows us to jump 2 spaces at once, which is nice. Obviously we don't need these hearts, but if we were to die, it'd be a good way to get a health refill. Now here we have a number of mummies, some blues that we've already been dealing with, and now some purples that are a little bit of an upgraded version. So long as you don't let them stack, you should be able to take them out easily. If they do stack, they obviously can present much more of a problem. Now in here, you want to start down at the bottom and get this anklet. And then what you need to do is do a little bit of a puzzle, not much of one, but just realize that now you can jump either 1 or 2 squares, and that opens up some different pathways. This is the quickest way to deal with this. You want to take out those 2 little Octoroks, and then come this way. Take out that guy there, this guy here, and then we have 1 more we have to take out to open the door. Now in here, you want to wait a second, let the mummies walk by, and then once there's an opening, you go through. Now you can kind of just keep running around in this circle and take them out one by one, which is probably the cooler way to do it. Or you can do the super kind of cheap way and go around, pick up that heart after you open the chest, and then just kind of pick them off from over here, which feels kind of cheap, but whatever. Now, you can just leave, but you see that square over there in the corner. If we head up this way, there's some secret paths that open, and we get a health refill, a potion. Now, you see this little guy right here. You say, hi. That was easy enough to deal with. But he is really just a little warning about this mini-boss that we have to deal with, which I believe is called a giant Turkross, something like that. Alright, so we just gotta wait here, and if you time things right, you can do this in 2 sequences. Sometimes you need 3 if you don't get a position well, but luckily we lined that up very well, and took that guy out very easily. Now let's carry on. Easily could look at that and think, oh hey, we finished the level, but you would be wrong. There's still a whole bunch to do. Alright, so we have a few more of these guys. They really aren't too much of an issue. I don't know what to say about them, sorry. Now in here, obviously you see this kind of shaded part right here. There is a path there, but there's also 2 kind of more secret paths here that we'll just go to save ourselves time. And we'll go to this top one now. Collect this anklet. You want to step on this square, and then you can see there was a button here that turns the light on. And of course, since we have the anklet, we can take larger jumps. Now to collect these baseballs. This is the only time you have this baseball item in the game. And you got to be very careful that you don't use them, because you absolutely need them. Now here we have these cleats, which are pretty sweet, kind of a super weapon. Attacks everything on the screen. Oops, let's not use the baseballs. I just said that. So that can be useful. Oh, you know what? I want to go to the top first. So in this room, we're going to go up here first, kill these, I assume they're, what did I call them? Turbocross? That's not right. I don't remember what they're called. Turkross? Either way, we're going to come down here, get this anklet, take this guy out, and then, obviously you don't have to do this, but jump down here to reveal some hearts, and head off to the other side, where we're going to do largely the same thing. Just take that guy out. And we could collect these hearts, but it looks like we won't need to. Alright, there we go. Now this is kind of an interesting, fun room. I feel like we saw something similar to this before, but probably less populated with enemies. But obviously, because of the way you move, if you're starting to get kind of trapped or the mummies are running you down, it can be difficult to get away. So I kind of like this room. I think it's nice. Anyway, moving on. Got a small little room here with a couple of purple snakes. Nothing too special. And then we get to our actual boss of the level, which we need to use the baseball to defeat. And I think his name's like Broken Joe, something like that. Basically, we just jump over a couple of these little snakes and then throw a couple baseballs in. There we go. Oh, usually gives you a longer period of time to throw. There we go. Obviously, you got to be cautious not to waste too many of these. You only have 30, and I think you need like, I don't know, 12 or 15 hits. Wow. So you got to be cautious. I believe any contact with them is an instant death, so you got to be careful not to let them touch you. Usually he won't get too close, so he should be okay, but could be wrong. There we go. Oof, it's close. Usually I have like 15 left by the end, or at least 12. But with that done, we have defeated the boss that I'm pretty sure is called Broken Joe, and I think with that we will get our points and end things here. But when we come back, we will continue into this lost tunnel and see what else we have in store. So, hope you enjoy, but until then, see you.